Hey everybody, Chase here with the Whiskey Chaser channel. And today we're going to be talking about these motorcycle gloves from Fast Mask.
Because these horsemen ride with the pistol on its side, with heads like thunder, the rock of your pride, will have no mercy for big, far and wide.
Alright everybody, thank you for joining me again. Today we're going to be doing a actual item review. I know in a past video I talked about my everyday riding gear. That wasn't necessarily a review video, it was more just like what I wear every day. These are a pair of motorcycle gloves. I found these on Instagram. I was scrolling through the app and they came up in an ad. I went to go take a look at them. They looked pretty cool, so I decided to go ahead and pick them up. They were fairly cheap, about $50 or so. So, well, not too bad. They are actual motorcycle gloves, which I'll go ahead and I'll get into a little bit, explain how they're different from just regular work gloves or any other type of glove like that. Let's get into it. All right, the first thing that you're gonna notice about these things is they do have actual plastic right here on the palm. These are really hard plastic. This is gonna be if you have them on and you go down, you're gonna wanna put your hand down. The heel of your palm is gonna hit the ground. That is gonna prevent any sort of road rash or anything like that. They are very, very nicely stitched. They have really, really good leather. This is very, very solid stuff. They also have the fingertips where you can use your phone if you need to. They have knuckles in them, built into them. They are hard plastic as well. They come in a variety of different patterns. This is the one I got with the cool grenades and guns and roses and writing on them. I think that they're really, really neat. They come in a lot of different colors, a lot of different varieties. They have like some paisley ones. I think they have some skull and crossbone ones, you know, stuff like that. They also have these really nice pull tabs. This is gonna be whenever you put the glove on, you will just grab that tab. Oops, wrong one. You grab that tab right there and you can pull them on fairly easily. And then they have a Velcro closure. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump on the bike and we're gonna see how these things hold up, what I like about them, what I don't like about them, everything like that. All right, so here we go.
Ooh, man, that was quick. I should do that more often. All right, so as you can see, we're riding down the street now. It is wonderful looking as opposed to when I was recording earlier, and it was disgusting. Just goes to show you that when you live on the coast, how easy these things can change. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about these bad boys. So as you can see, not actually sure if you can see it or not, but they are already a little scuffed right there. And that is from the metal on these grips. These grips are all aluminum. They have a couple of rubber O-rings on them, but they're mostly aluminum. So they're kind of tearing these things apart. Not that it's the fault of the gloves, it's the fault of the grips. So, you know, that's that. All right, guess you're coming over. So, what are some of the pros about these things? Well, I'll tell you that they are perfectly fit. I bought a medium and they fit exactly like a medium. They're not loose in my fingertips. They are exactly how they should be. They look really cool. I put up the video of their Instagram and their website, and as you can see, they had a lot of really cool design. They are very good quality. The stitching on them, as I mentioned before, is amazing. The quality of the leather is really, really good. They're just really cool. They are just neat, man. They're neat. So what are some of the cons? Well, as you can see right here, the plastic slides on the grip right here. Now, it could just be... All right. It could just be because of these grips that I'm having such a difficult time with them, because for long rides, these things do not work that well. After about an hour, my hands are super cramped. They don't feel great. It's really hard to grip. For short rides like this, like me going to work, these things are great. They keep my hands warm. They keep my hands dry. I have good purchase on the grips. And they feel really good, but for over an hour, would not want to wear these. Now, like I said, for short rides, these things are awesome. They look really cool. The practicality of them is, you know, right on. I don't carry my phone on my handlebars or anything like that. but if I did, it would be nice for me to be able to use the fingertips. Not quite sure exactly how well they work because I have kind of used them in the past and they didn't seem to work that well, but that could have also just been me. There are lots of different things that can play devil's advocate there. Other than that, I mean, they're pretty cool. If I went down, I would definitely want to be wearing these because they seem to have a lot more protection than any other pair of gloves that I've ever had. I had a pair of Oakley gloves and they were motocross gloves. They weren't necessarily street motorcycle gloves, so they didn't have as much protection on them. For the price, I like these things. I think that they're cool. Oh look, it's the Met. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the Met before, but they have it's right there, the Washington crossing the Delaware, and I had never seen before. And let me tell you, man, that thing is huge. That painting is the side of a house. Thing is crazy. But whatever, back to this. You guys need to figure this out, man. You know, we went on our long ride, 3.5 hours north, 300 plus miles round trip, and I actually wore these, and I had to stop every maybe 55, 60 miles because the way that these things make your hands sit on the grips, it just was so difficult to continue to hold after that long, and I couldn't do it. It was making me stop. I almost even took them off, even though we were in 50-degree weather coming back because they hurt so bad at one point. But after I would stop, kind of just like stretch my hand out a little bit, get some more blood flowing, my hands were fine. It seemed like it was just holding that position for so long. Something about the way that the gloves was preventing circulation after, you know, maybe about an hour or so of riding from actually getting to the tips of my fingers, and it was starting to hurt my hands. But stop and go traffic situation like this, where I'm constantly like, I'm moving my hands off of the handlebars, I can stop and kind of like stretch my hands out and move them and whatever, then they seem to be fine because I can get the circulation back in, I can, you know, move my fingers around. And then once I get my hands back on, I got no problems. I think it's a combination of the position of my handlebars, which, you know, while it looks dope as hell, is not ideal. So it makes it so that I am kind of cutting my own circulation off with the combination of the gloves because it doesn't happen normally. Like, I've ridden for an hour and a half before with these handlebars on and no gloves, or a different set of gloves, and my hands are fine. So I think it just has to do with the riding position and the gloves. I think that this little plastic piece in there has a little bit to do with it. I do like the practicality of the little plastic piece, but I do wish it wasn't there. It's just not ideal. It makes it kind of difficult to hold on to these. I've gotten on Parker's bike with these gloves and they just, it's the same thing, you know, like I really, really just wish it wasn't there. But you know, it is what it is. Overall, would I buy these gloves again? Yeah, I would. I think that they're cool. I really like the other designs, the paisley designs. I think that I might get a pair of maybe blue or red ones, something like that. I think that they're neat. I think that they are the right price. I think that they work for what they are. And like I said, for short rides, they work great. I think 58, 59 degrees this morning, and my hands are toasty. They feel great. All right, everybody. Well, you've listened to me ramble on long enough, so I'll go ahead and sign off here. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Please follow me on Instagram at whiskeychaser_. Find me on Facebook, and share this video with all of your friends. If you have any ideas of what I should do for my next video, I'm kind of running out of them, so please help me out and leave a comment down below. All right, y'all. See you next time.